And welcome to Double Dribble. I'm Kenny Roda. Our guest tonight is Sam Amico from Fox Sports Ohio.com. And our topic of the night to discuss, Sam, is the Cleveland Cavaliers and what would be more beneficial to them to make the playoffs as a 7 or an 8 seed, or to not make the playoffs and be in the lottery again to have a chance maybe at Jabari Parker or Joel Embiid or Wiggins or one of those top players that'll be available in this year's draft. So when you look at the Cavaliers, what do you think is more beneficial for them moving forward?
I think personally this year, Kenny, getting into the playoffs would be a better deal for them, simply because I feel like they've played the lottery about as much as you can play it. They've gotten, four top four picks in the past 3 years, including 2 number ones.
Right.
And I feel at some point, hey, I had one GM tell me that getting into the playoffs would be playing just one game would benefit guys like Kyrie Irving and Dion Waiters and Tristan Thompson immensely come next regular season, because it's a whole different world.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, because I think to go through the experience of seeing the physicality of the playoff games, how the games are officiated, the pressure, and how it is totally a totally separate season for those young players that you mentioned. I think that is so much more important right now, because if the Cavaliers don't make the playoffs, Sam, we're looking at the 9th or 10th pick probably. So you're going to miss out on the elite players. So for me, I'm with you. I think getting that playoff experience for those players is crucial. And don't you think it also sends a message to the potential free agents out there that, hey, this is a playoff team, and if you come here, you could maybe take them to the next level?
Right. And Kenny, we've talked about this before. If you're a veteran team that keeps finishing with the 8th seed, that's one thing. You might, then you want to change things up. But if you're a young team and you can get the 8th seed, and like you said, it's a whole nother world when you get in the playoffs. It's a different style of basketball. The NBA is different from college, and regular season or playoff basketball is different from the regular season. So it would make it seem, yes, like a more appealing situation to a veteran free agent to say, hey, this team is a piece or two away. They're young and exciting. They're obviously upcoming. They were a playoff team. Because now you kind of look like you're spinning your wheels in that 24 to 30 win zone. And if you can win 35, 36 and get in, it makes you just, even though it's not that much better, it just sounds and looks a whole lot better to guys who may be interested in coming here.
So here's the big question. With 20 games left, Sam, okay, they're 3.5 games out of the 8th spot, 4.5 games out of the 7th spot. It's a tough schedule. 13 of their 20 teams they have left on the schedule are playoff caliber teams. Are they going to make the playoffs? Do you think they can win enough to overtake Atlanta at least for that 8th spot?
Well, that's the question of the day. Atlanta's obviously been skydiving out of that 3rd spot since they lost Al Horford.
Right.
For the season after the pectoral surgery, and
that was against the Cavs too, right?
That was against the Cavs, the season-ending game, right? And now you're talking about Paul Millsap, who's been, their all-stars been out and missed some time. They were on a 5-game West Coast swing. They were really falling apart. Lost 10 of 11. So they're probably going to keep falling, but here's the thing. I don't think Atlanta's going to fall too much further. I think their damage has been done. They'll kind of get back home, correct things a little bit. I think the Cavs are going to have to win 12 or 13 of this 20, Kenny, and that's going to be very difficult to do, especially since they haven't gone on a stretch like that all year. They haven't won 12 or 13 to 20 all season, and now you're asking them to do it in the final 20 games with such a tough schedule. I don't know. If you're asking me, I don't think they're going to do it. And keep your fingers crossed, but it sure doesn't seem. The odds are definitely against them at this point.
Yeah, without question. Atlanta, you have to hope that, like you said, they skydive and that chute doesn't open at all and they crash and burn totally, which might give the Cavaliers a chance to maybe backdoor themselves into the playoffs and get that experience that we've talked about and show those free agents like LeBron, Carmelo, Dirk Nowitzki, whoever it is that they might be going after, that this is a team on the rise, and they're coming off at least a season in which they made the playoffs and they got some experience. Sam, great talking hoops with you here tonight on Double Dribble. We'll do it again, and hopefully we'll be talking about the Cavs making the playoffs, bud.